New Year, New Me, Better Maine. Good evening, everyone. As we stand on the edge of a brand new year, I want to share a story with you, one that begins with a girl on top of a mountain. That girl had a plan to conquer every challenge in front of her. She trained, she prepared, she dreamed. But sometimes life doesn't follow your plan. Sometimes it throws you off course like crashing at 70 miles per hour on a ski slope. I was that girl. And when I stood up from that crash, bruised and broken, I realized something profound. It wasn't the fall that defined me. It was what I chose to do next. The new year is a lot like that. It's not a magical reset button. It's a chance to stand up, dust yourself off, and decide who you want to be. But here's the catch: it takes more than a resolution. It takes courage, discipline, and a willingness to get uncomfortable. After my skiing career ended, I found myself running poker games in Hollywood. Glamorous? Sure. But underneath the surface, I was chasing something: success, validation, identity. And when it all came crashing down, I had a choice. I could let my past define me, or I could redefine myself. In those darkest moments, I learned 3 lessons that I want to share with you. Take ownership. No one is coming to save you. Your life, your success, your happiness is yours to build. That doesn't mean you have to do it alone, but it does mean you have to start. Make the decision to take responsibility for your future. Embrace the process. Reinvention isn't glamorous. It's messy, it's lonely, it's late nights and early mornings, fighting self-doubt and pushing through failures. But every stumble is a step forward if you keep going. Dream bigger. When I started over, I wasn't just trying to rebuild what I'd lost. I wanted more. I wanted a life that meant something, a life that wasn't about impressing others, but about inspiring them. Don't just aim to be a better version of who you were. Aim to be the best version of who you can become. This year, don't just set goals, set standards. Raise the bar for yourself. And when it gets hard, and it will remember the best things in life come from the moments you refuse to quit. So here's to the new year, to the new you, and to a better, bolder, more unstoppable you. Now go take on the world. As the calendar turns to a new year, it's easy to get caught up in the allure of a clean slate, imagining that everything will automatically fall into place. But the truth is, the new year doesn't erase the struggles, challenges, or even the failures of the past. It simply offers a new perspective. It's a moment to pause, reflect, and decide what you're going to do with the opportunities in front of you. The power of a new year lies not in the date itself, but in the decisions you make. It's a time to acknowledge where you've been without letting it define where you're going. This isn't about forgetting your mistakes. It's about learning from them, taking the lessons, and applying them to build a stronger foundation for your future. Standing up after a setback requires courage. And the new year is your invitation to find that courage within yourself. It's a chance to confront what hasn't worked and commit to doing things differently. Not because it's January, but because you're ready to take control of your story. The decision to change isn't bound to the ticking of a clock at midnight. It's bound to your willingness to say, this is my time, this moment is about who you choose to become. And that choice starts now. Taking ownership of your life means recognizing that your path forward is entirely in your hands. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or even bad luck for where you are. But true progress begins the moment you decide to take full responsibility for your actions, choices, and outcomes. No one else is going to step in and shape your future for you. Your goals, your dreams, and your growth depend on your commitment to show up and do the work, even when it's hard. This doesn't mean you have to have all the answers or never make mistakes. It means owning both the triumphs and the setbacks, understanding that each one is a result of your decisions. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for permission or perfect conditions. You stop waiting for someone else to solve your problems. Instead, you take initiative, face the challenges head on, and chart your course forward. This isn't about control over everything that happens to you. It's about controlling how you respond and what you do with it. Every choice you make, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of your life. When you take responsibility, you unlock the power to steer that picture toward the future you desire. It's not about blaming yourself for the things you can't control. It's about empowering yourself to take action on the things you can. Reinventing yourself is a bold act of courage. It means letting go of who you've been to make room for who you could become. It's not a comfortable process. Comfort zones are safe and familiar, but they don't leave much room for growth. Reinvention requires stepping into the unknown, confronting fears, and embracing the discomfort that comes with change. Courage is the foundation of reinvention because it takes bravery to acknowledge that where you are isn't where you want to be. It means facing the truth about your habits, decisions, and even the narratives you've told yourself about your limitations. It's about choosing to challenge those limits even when it's daunting. But courage alone isn't enough. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when the initial excitement of change fades. Discipline is waking up early to work toward your goals, even when you're tired. It's saying no to distractions and staying focused on the path you've chosen, even when it's tempting to revert to old patterns. Reinvention doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by accident. It's built on consistent, deliberate effort. Each small decision to push forward, even when it's uncomfortable, adds up over time, transforming you into the person you aspire to be. Growth isn't meant to be easy, it's meant to be worth it. Failures are an inevitable part of any journey, but they are not the end of the story. Each stumble, each misstep is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. It's not the failure itself that defines you, it's how you respond to it. When you choose to see setbacks as lessons instead of defeats, you transform them into stepping stones toward your goals. Every failure carries with it valuable insights. It teaches you what doesn't work, sharpens your understanding, and forces you to reevaluate your approach. These lessons often reveal strengths you didn't know you had or weaknesses you need to address. They push you to think creatively, adapt, and evolve in ways you might never have considered otherwise. The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and obstacles that test your resolve. But with each fall, you gain resilience. With each attempt, you grow stronger. The key is to keep moving forward, to view each failure as part of the process rather than a final destination. Choosing to learn from failure requires humility and persistence. It means acknowledging your mistakes, taking responsibility, and committing to improvement. It's not easy, but it's through these moments of struggle that you develop the character and determination needed to achieve lasting success. Failure isn't the opposite of progress, it's an essential part of it. Setting goals is a powerful way to chart your path forward, but goals alone are not enough. They represent milestones, specific targets to hit, but they don't define who you are or what you're truly capable of achieving. To create meaningful, lasting change, you must set higher standards for yourself, standards that shape your identity and elevate every aspect of your life. When you set higher standards, you move beyond simply wanting better outcomes and commit to becoming the kind of person who consistently achieves them. It's no longer about just hitting a goal, it's about embodying excellence in everything you do. This shift requires a deeper level of accountability. It means holding yourself to a higher level of effort, discipline, and integrity in your daily actions, not just when motivation strikes. Raising the bar isn't about perfection, it's about refusing to settle. Incremental improvement may feel safe, but it often leads to complacency. True transformation happens when you challenge yourself to aim higher, even when it feels uncomfortable or daunting. It's about striving to be the best version of yourself, not in comparison to others, but in alignment with your own potential. Setting higher standards pushes you to move from good to great, from acceptable to exceptional. It changes the way you think, the way you work, and the way you approach every challenge. And as you live up to those standards, you'll find that success becomes less about achieving isolated goals and more about living a life that reflects your highest values and aspirations. Transformation is never a smooth or linear journey. It's messy, unpredictable, and often filled with moments that test your patience and resolve. The truth is, real change demands struggle. It forces you to confront your fears, break old habits, and step into the unknown. It's not supposed to be easy because it's in the difficulty that growth happens. Every meaningful transformation comes with sacrifices. You may need to let go of old routines, relationships, or mindsets that no longer serve your goals. These moments can feel uncomfortable, even painful, as you're forced to leave behind the familiar. But it's in these sacrifices that space is created for something new, something better. The process requires perseverance, especially when the initial excitement wears off and progress feels slow. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when the temptation to quit feels overwhelming. These are the moments that define you not because of the results you achieve, but because of your commitment to keep moving forward despite the obstacles. The discomfort you feel during transformation isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign that you're growing. It's a sign that you're challenging yourself to reach beyond what you thought was possible. Growth doesn't come from doing what's easy or staying in your comfort zone. It comes from pushing through the mess, the setbacks, the struggles, and the uncertainty to emerge stronger and more resilient on the other side. And when you look back, you'll realize that every difficult moment was worth it. Not just because of what you accomplished, but because of who you became in the process. Transformation is messy, but it's also one of the most rewarding journeys you'll ever take. When you dream bigger. It's easy to focus on fixing what's broken or striving for modest improvements, but true fulfillment comes from envisioning a life that's not only successful, but deeply meaningful. It's about going beyond rebuilding what was lost and creating something extraordinary, something that reflects your highest potential and leaves a lasting impact on the world around you. Dreaming bigger means pushing past the boundaries of what you think is possible. It requires you to challenge self-imposed limitations and the doubts others may have placed on you. It's about daring to envision a life that excites and motivates you, one that aligns with your values and makes a difference. This kind of ambition isn't about selfish gain, it's about using your unique talents and experiences to inspire and uplift others. Living a meaningful life isn't just about personal success, it's about contributing to something greater than yourself. When you dream big, your journey becomes a beacon for others. It shows them what's possible, encourages them to chase their own aspirations, and creates a ripple effect of positivity and growth. You don't need to have all the answers or a perfect plan to start. What matters is the intention to build a life that reflects your best self and benefits others. Whether through acts of kindness, leadership, or simply sharing your story, your journey has the power to inspire and ignite change in those around you. By dreaming bigger and focusing on making an impact, you create a legacy that goes far beyond personal achievements. You become a source of hope and motivation, proving that it's not just about what you achieve, but about how your life touches others along the way.